time no speak. Welcome to the start of another, I want to say studio vlog, but it's not really going to be a studio vlog. It's going to be just a massive catch-up video basically, because I've been scared to film for the past 2 weeks. I've been putting it off. Things have got in the way. And I've got to the point where I'm like, oh, I don't know what to film. So let's just sit down, chat about things, what I've been up to, how things are going, how life's going, how business is going, and just give you the full rundown. So the reason I'm scared to film is because the last studio vlog was about 2 weeks ago, and it was a very vulnerable video. But when you're so open and honest, and it's very scary, and you guys have been so kind, and that video was quite a popular video really. I got a lot of new subscribers because of it, so thank you so much if you joined. And yeah, I will chat about that, and I just want to say thank you so much. Thank you for leaving a comment, thank you for joining. But now into the present. So we're now 2 weeks on from that video, and basically I was upset in the video because of Postage and miscalculating, and I was frustrated and I was mad at myself. And I said in the video that I'd done a solution where I'd messaged a few people to hopefully make up for some postage, and it's been amazing. The support from people messaging me saying, look, I'll pay the extra. So all of the post went out, and yeah, I'm really glad with how it went. Looking back on it, I realised I shouldn't have been so mad at myself because there were things out of my control. So, you know, from the time of doing the Kickstarter to sending things had been about 4 months, I think, and the postage prices had gone up. You know, these are the things I just didn't know about, and next time I will just put things in place to make sure that doesn't happen, give myself a little bit of extra like room when it comes to shipping and things. But yeah, I'm glad I documented it, but just know that I felt very anxious afterwards, nervous, and you know, all those feelings when you put yourself out there online. The next thing to update you on, which is like an exciting thing, is the pop-up shop that I mentioned I did a vlog about a couple of weeks ago. It's been open 3 weeks on Saturday, so it's nearly halfway through its run. From what I've been told, it's going really well. So I'm gonna do a whole separate video once it's ended and I know exact figures of how much I made. So look out for that, and I'll give you the proper pros and cons to doing a pop-up shop. But as of week 1, I've got week 1 figures, and it's great. It's worth doing. So we'll have to see how, you know, hopefully I get some more figures that come in and I can see how things are going. The pins have been very popular there, so that's been really nice. I did a meetup at the pop-up shop last weekend, which was good. I was expecting more people, but it's fine. You know, I know people are busy, but I only kind of set this up because of the amount of people that messaged me. So on opening day of the pop-up, I went and I met up with Emily, who is a patron, a follower, like she's lovely, and we took a selfie and she put it on Instagram and I shared it. And the amount of people that messaged me to say, oh my gosh, I'd love to meet you. So I just put on my stories like, look, if I tell you when I'm going, is that something you want? Do you want to come say hi to me? And almost 100 people said yes. So I messaged the pop-up shop to say, look, you know, this could potentially be a thing, but I don't want to cause any disruption. And they were like, yeah, go for it. So it was last weekend, and I don't know, I don't know what happened between people saying they wanted to come to me actually doing it. But 4 people turned up, which was lovely. So thank you so much to Lauren, to Kaz, to Jenny, and to Nashim, who came to say hi. I'm really grateful. I'm really grateful that you came, and it was lovely to have selfies. I'll put a few of them on screen. And to actually talk to internet friends, like it was just super nice. So I don't think I'll do another one. I'm planning Patreon meetups events next year, but that's probably what I'll do rather than just doing like random meetup. I don't know, we'll see. It was very scary to not know who was coming, but I'm so grateful to those that did. So that's my pop-up shop update for you. Again, I'll do a video coming very soon in a couple of weeks with the full breakdown of how it went. So another update is social media at the minute. So I came back from America and felt a bit flat. You might remember, I think it was Disney Blues, but I really struggled to go from like in my happy place to then coming back and not really sure what to do. I think because I was so busy before I went on holiday that I came back and was a bit like, right now what? So like all of my plans were leading up to this massive event, this Disney trip, to then come back and just be like, oh, I don't know what to do. And a couple of weeks ago, in the middle of June, you might have seen I put a reel up that did really well, and I basically just snapped myself out of that feeling and told myself that I was gonna, you know, get on with it, get dressed and, you know, start. And it wasn't planned, but it became like a reels challenge that I set myself. And I didn't want to post a reel every single day, but I really wanted to build up more engagement and just put a new lease of life in my social media. It was becoming very flat, and I thought I knew what I was doing, and things are changing so fast that how I built my social media a couple of years ago is not how I'm going to build it going forward. And anyway, it's become this thing, and I've had a few days off, but I've been posting several reels a week, and I'm really seeing a boost because of it. So thank you so much if you have, you know, liked or shared my reels or messaged me to say you've enjoyed them. They're not getting loads of views, like none of them's gone viral or anything like that, but it's fun. I'm really enjoying doing it, and because of it, I'm writing an ebook, which is like a 30-day reels challenge, and it's explaining about why I did it and my tips for coming up with reels, and like the effect it's had on my account. And I'm working on it, I'm building it. I hope it's a really useful tool, and I'm going to be putting it on Patreon, so go and check that out next week. I'll be uploading it to Patreon, so my patrons will get access to it, and then depending on if people like it, I'd love to get their feedback. Maybe it needs a few tweaks, but I'll then maybe put it in my shop as a digital download. So I'm looking forward to doing that. I'm looking forward to doing a few more ebooks. I'm even thinking of doing a couple of masterclasses. I don't know if how people feel about that. I'm not at the level where I want to do courses. I'm not really bothered about doing that. Courses are expensive. I know, because I've paid for a few and haven't done them. But if I can do like some one-off presentations, you know, I'm thinking tailoring it more to mums or new mums that want to get into business. So making it an affordable option to just come and have a listen to me for an hour and ask you questions. Let me know what you think about that. I don't know. I'm just starting to think of more ways to keep Emily Harvey art going, and different like things I can look into, because times are tough, as we know. And speaking of that, so basically I've written a list of things I want to talk to you about. The next thing on my list is my PO box has closed. So I've mentioned this in my studio vlog, but it's happened. I have closed my PO box, which I'm really sad about, because, you know, I've had a hang on, let me cover my address. I've had a postcard come today from Canada from somebody. It's just lovely to get posts from you guys, but the honest truth is I don't get them anymore. Like, I used to get letters every week, and I think in lockdown people enjoyed doing that and writing letters to each other, and now people are busy, they don't want to be writing letters to me. So I've decided to close it. Basically, I got sent through another invoice for another year, and it's like it's over £300 for a year, and I just don't have the cash to do it. So what I've done is I've closed my PO box, but you can still find a link underneath the video and on my website for an address, and basically it's the address here. So I was nervous to give that address out, but I'm just like, it is what it is. This place is alarmed, it's security, it's fine. But at least then your post can come to me, and there's an actual mail room here, like, and it's perfect, so it'll go to the mail room. So if you want to send me a letter, if you want to send me a postcard, please do put a forwarding address on it so I can send something back. Like, this one doesn't have one, but I can message the person and get one. And I want to do more of that, more of writing to people. I've actually think that I'm gonna go and spend a little bit of time. I'm gonna go and look at my Patreon, and I'm gonna try and find people that have been on there for a long time, like maybe any like patrons that have been there since I launched. There'll be a couple, I know there will. I'm gonna write them a letter. I think just like doing these little random acts of kindness, like I just really want to be doing it. And how special would that be to sort of say to this person, like, I acknowledge you've been with me since the start. So hopefully there's a couple. I need to go and check that out. I'll do that at some point next week. So yeah, so that's another thing to talk about. So please keep your letters coming, but put them to a new address. If you have me down as a PO box, you need to change that. So big changes are coming in my family and personal life, which I don't need to talk about because it's not about me, but it's to do with Matt and his work situation. It's exciting changes for him, big changes. But what it means is my work schedule is gonna have to change because of it. So how we have it currently is Luca goes to nursery on a Monday, so I come in here and work. Tuesdays I have off, so I can be with Luca. Wednesdays Matt has off to be with Luca. Thursdays he's with my mum, and Fridays he's back at nursery. So I basically have 4 days a week to work, which is amazing. Like, looking back to when I first started, that's a lot. So I still want to have a day off, but the problem I have is Matt isn't going to be able to have Wednesdays off anymore. So I either have Tuesdays and Wednesdays off, or I find alternative childcare for that extra day. So I think what I'm going to do is, my mum is so helpful, and she offered, she was like, I'll have Luca another day a week. And as much as I feel bad for that, I know she really, really wants him. Another day at nursery would be a lot. And I don't, like, right now in the UK, like, I have free childcare, like, hours, like, you get 30 hours free. I don't know if I added another day at nursery, how that affects my childcare. I'd have to check. But if my mum wants him, it seems silly not to jump at that offer. So what we've decided is I'm going to switch my day off from Tuesday to a Wednesday, because what I'm finding is I'm working all day Monday and I'm really productive on a Monday, but when I know that I'm not going to be here on a Tuesday, if there's anything on my to-do list that I don't get done, I stress myself out because I think, well, I'm not going to get that done now till Wednesday. So I think I'm going to switch it, and I'm going to work Monday and Tuesday. So Tuesday is going to go to my mum. So I'm going to do Monday, Tuesday, then I'm going to have a Wednesday off, and then my mum's going to do her usual Thursday with him, and then he's at nursery on Friday. We're going to try that for a few weeks, see how it works. But the good thing is, with Matt's new work situation, it's a better work situation than what he had before, in all aspects. And it means there's a little bit less pressure on me as well. So things have been tough. I'm just looking down to see, did I say talk about money? No, because it's hard to talk about money. It's one of those, like, ugh, scary things. But if I'm going to do an update, I need to tell you the whole truth. So things are tough for everybody. Like, the cost of living is going up. We've just renewed our gas and electric bills we've just sorted them out, and they are doubling starting next month. So, you know, it's scary, and I know everybody's feeling it because I see it reflected in my revenue that's coming in. So, you know, I've done a whole video talking about my different income streams, but my shop and my Patreon are the two things I kind of need to keep going. And my shop is doing all right. Like, I need to update June's figures, but you've seen it. I've shown you. I'm happy to show my figures and things. But like, January I made 750, February 900, March 900. it's doing all right. Those figures include shipping though. I think people don't realise that. That's all of the revenue that's coming into my shop. So take off, you know, shipping. It's not loads. It's not loads when you have, you know, bills. So that's why Patreon for me is crucial. And, you know, some artists start a Patreon to have a little bit of side money and a little bit of pocket money. I started Patreon to pay my phone bill, you know, that is great, but at some point it becomes your wage, and that's where it's at for me, where without it I wouldn't be here. Simple as that really, because shop sales just wouldn't cover. So Patreon, I'm fortunate that I think I started Patreon at the right time. I started it sort of before the pandemic. It was November of 2019, and it took off. And the pandemic, and going into lockdown, although was just the worst for me as a Patreon creator, it was amazing because people were at home and needed content. They needed to be part of something, and they needed to feel inspired. And I offered that, and I offered it at a great price. And those prices haven't changed. I still charge the same as I did 3 years ago. So people joined, and they joined in their masses, and it was incredible. And then the world opened up again, and people were looking at their bills and their outgoings, seeing that £5 at Emily Harvey Art was going out every month, and realising that they could spend that on other things. And, you know, I am so grateful. And it's only talking to other artists I've come to realise how special it is to be a creator that is not huge. You know, I don't have this massive following, yet on Patreon I have this really amazing community that want to stick around, and, you know, it's wonderful. But it's dropped a lot. I was so close to 500 patrons, and I was excited to celebrate having 500 people, and in the past sort of 6 months it's dropped to about 330, something like that. I know why people have left. I completely get it. And if people message me to say I'm really sorry to have to do it, I'm like, guys, you just go, like, cancel it. Honestly, fine. But to lose a third of your patrons also means you lose a third of your income. And that's been a massive shock for me in the last 6 months, to be like, hang on, oh my gosh, this isn't promised, you know. I don't want to say I was cocky, but I felt like last year I was like, well, this is wonderful, like, it's going to be great. What else can I do? Where can I move to? Can I get a bigger studio? Now I'm like, right, if it stays like this and the cost of living keeps rising, maybe I have to go back home soon. And I'm going to be completely honest, and if that's what I have to do, like, I won't suffer just because you know, to say I've got a studio. It's not that important to me. I got this place because it was cheap. It was in lockdown. This place was empty. It was cheap, and very soon I'm gonna get a renewal on my rent, and if it goes up, I don't know if I can stay, and that's quite sad. But it is what it is. It just is what it is. It wouldn't be a reflection on, if I had to go back to working at home, it doesn't make me any less of a creator or an artist. And I'll work my butt off and I'll document it. I'd love to stay. I'd love to stay in here, but yeah, well, I'll just let you know how things are going. I'll be very open and honest. And like I said, the situation with Matt and his job, it does, like, this is how I got to this point, is because he'll be in a better situation, it takes pressure off me, so I can focus on keeping things going here, and there's not this massive weight on me. So yeah, I wasn't going to talk about that. It's definitely not on my list, but it is what it is, isn't it? It's so if I start talking about Patreon more, or at the end of a video sort of say, here's a link to my Patreon. I understand some of you, you're not interested at all, but it's just, that's what keeps me going here. So I just want to say that I will be promoting it because I'm proud of it. I do some awesome things over there, I have some awesome people, and I plan to keep it going for a very long time if people stick around. So there we go, that's the update on that. Let's move on. Speaking of Patreon, the next thing on my list is secret project. I'm not going to talk about secret project too much because it's supposed to be a secret. I have done 3 secret projects on Patreon. The first one was to make my Magical Things Can Happen pin. The second one was to make my first lot of washi tapes, and the third one was my Christmas decoration last year. So how it works is I put a poll out on Patreon and say, right, what are we making next? And you guys vote, and then I do some sketches and say, right, here's 5 ideas, which one do you want? And we pick one, and then especially with like the pin, it was like, right, we picked the magic mirror. There was like 4 different designs. We picked the magic mirror. So then I was like, right, what plating do you want? So do you want gold, silver, rose gold? They picked rose gold. And then it was like, right, what colorways do you want? And I did different things. So I very much kind of curate like the direction of the product, but my patrons decide what it's going to be. And we started a brand new project. So again, this is me kind of promoting my Patreon. You can join any tier and be part of the secret projects, but I will say, based on the first poll, it's going to be a t-shirt that's coming. So that's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to talk about it on the studio vlog. The next time you will hear about it is hopefully in a couple of weeks when we have nailed down the design and I have a t-shirt on. I'll come onto the studio vlog with a t-shirt to say that it's available. Right now I have no idea how that's possible, but we'll figure it out together. So yeah, secret project. Okay, the only other things I wanted to talk about is a couple of events I'm going to. I am going to the Magical Market in November, which is an event in Birmingham on Saturday the 5th of November, and they can't really say it's Disney sellers because that's naughty. But people that enjoy Disney and all things magical, it's essentially like a craft fair con event. It's ticketed, so grab a ticket. I think all the early bird tickets have gone, but my products will be there. I will be there with my ears on. Me and Bob will be there. I'll be selling my fairy tale collection, and I don't like to sell fan art or anything, but at this event I'll be taking some fan art pieces with me. I don't know how I feel about it. I still feel a bit icky. I don't like selling stuff like that, so maybe I'll do like a little giveaway, like hand things out, I don't know. So that's that. I'm doing a planner event later in the year. I'm hoping to do a planner event next year. I'm trying to sort out a few Christmas markets, so that should be fun. I'm looking forward to doing some more events. I've really loved doing them this year. So I think that's kind of what's happening with life at the minute. I've just been so busy for months with Kickstarter that now that things are kind of a bit like quiet, I'm getting frustrated thinking, why aren't you getting more done? But I should be enjoying this time before it ramps up again. I've got some drawings to do this afternoon. I'm just going to enjoy doing it without like feeling pressure to get all the things done, you know? So yeah. So a few personal things that are happening, which I wanted to talk about and kind of get some opinions on, and I'd love to hear from you. The first thing is, this week I went to the dentist, which you don't care about, but I won't lie, I haven't been to the dentist since before COVID, which I think a lot of people, talking to people, a lot of people haven't, because you didn't go to the dentist during the pandemic, did you? But I wouldn't say I'm scared of the dentist, but I don't jump to go. And I knew Luca needed to go, so I booked in. I actually chatted to them about Invisalign, and the reason I'm talking to you is because I'd love to get your thoughts on it. I asked on Instagram, and some feedback, it's been amazing to hear like the different stories. I'm really self-conscious about my teeth. I know some people probably don't realise that I am. Every time I edit a video, I cringe a bit at my teeth. You know, they're not beautiful. I know some people will say like, you know, they make you, don't change them. But I would really like to straighten my top teeth, this one that I don't like. And they said it would be easy to do with Invisalign. and I'm thinking of doing it. I really am. So it'll be sort of 6 to 12 months, they've said, wearing the kind of invisible brace. So it's scary because I would have to make content still with it, but it doesn't matter, does it? So I'd love to hear from you if you've had Invisalign, if you would recommend it. I know it's not cheap, and the saving will have to start. Have to save up for it. But yeah, it's just one of those things that I think I would regret if I don't do. So yeah, we'll see. Anyway, that's the first thing I want to tell you. The second thing is I've got a few trips booked, which are so needed and I'm so excited for. So I'm going to Spain in August. I'm going for 10 days, and honestly, I'm so excited. I know I went to Florida. I know I've had my yearly trip. But if you've been to Disney World, you know that that's not a relaxing trip. That's a workout, a 2-week workout. So we're off to Spain in August, and I plan to sit and read and eat and drink. I'm going to take my laptop. I'm going to do, it sounds so boring, but you know what? It will be great. I'm going to go and do my accounts. So I need to do my accounts for last year. And I've been putting them off because I'd done my accounts. So I had everything set up and I was doing it every month. And then I went limited with my company and I had to change my bank account. And they closed my old bank account, and what my tax, like accounting software was linked to, deleted everything. So I have to redo it all from scratch. Anyway, it's fine, but it's one of those tasks that I know will take a good 3 to 4 days of doing it, and I'm putting it off. So I'm debating doing it out in Spain with a sangria in my hand, and I know that's really sad to do that on your holiday, but we're going to our family's villa, like Matt's family own a villa out there. And although it's small, it's perfect and it's beautiful, and I can't wait to go. So I'm doing that next month. I am potentially going to New York in January. I say potentially because we were ready to book it and then Matt got a new job and we still need to just check he's all right to go. But we have enough air miles and we're just like, right, we've got air miles and the hotel would be very cheap, shall we just go? So I'm potentially going to New York in January, and then I am definitely going to Disneyland Paris in March. So that is booked. Me and Bob are going to Disneyland Paris for 4 days, something like that. We're going to drive there. One, to save a bit of cash. Well, I say to save cash, but petrol prices are crazy, so maybe not. But we just wanted to do a road trip, and we didn't want to be limited on what we took with us. So it'll be me, Mum and Luca going. We're staying at Newport Bay, and we're thinking we're going to vlog it. Mainly for us to watch back, but I won't be doing like 4 videos. Like, it would just be one, maybe 20-minute video, just more like you would film, you know, like a family video. Just so we can watch it back. So let me know if that's something you'd want to watch. So yeah, it's exciting. Things are happening, changes are coming. I'm gonna work my bum off to kind of keep, I don't want to say keep you entertained, that sounds really rubbish, doesn't it? But just to bring a smile. And you know, if literally all you do is sit and watch a few of my videos, then I am extremely grateful. And yeah, so I'm gonna go and draw. I'm gonna start thinking about this t-shirt that we're gonna work on, which I'm very excited about. Yeah, and I'll just see you very soon. I will film, I'll do a studio vlog soon, like a proper, like, full video. But I hope you've enjoyed this catch up with me. I also just want to say, I need to swap this out because it's like the second week of July, but I reached 100 sales in June, and I just want to say thank you so much. I think I literally hit 100 exactly. So thank you so much. And we're already, I think, let me check. It's currently the 7th of July and I've already had 33 orders on the first week. So if we carry on at this pace, I will smash the goal again in July. And I just need to keep this up, and we'll be fine. I'll be in here, I'll be in the studio for a very long time to come. So anyway, I'm gonna go. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you very soon. Bye guys.